Welcome to Renovation Purchases, everything you need to know about K-loans. K-loans come in two varieties, the full FHA 203K and the Streamline. I'm Bill Ledwig, and I've been helping folks with their mortgages since 1970. Renovation purchases are becoming increasingly popular due to the large number of distressed properties currently on the market. But the home you want doesn't have to be a disaster. Home buyers are also using renovation purchases to update or remodel move-in ready homes. K-loans combine purchase price plus renovation costs into one 30-year loan. For example, the home you found is perfect except there's no kitchen. A renovation purchase allows this to become this. You can update or remodel. You can rebuild from the foundation up. As long as you have a foundation, you're good to go. You can even move a home to a new location. Although the 203 can't be funded until the home is permanently secured to a new foundation, so that's an upfront cost that can be included in the loan. There are many buyer advantages. They're not limited to first-time buyers. There are no borrower income limits. There's no purchase price or area restrictions. Borrowers qualify per normal FHA guidelines. Borrower's minimum investment is 3.5% of the combined purchase price and repairs. Gift funds are allowed. Non-occupant co-buyers are also allowed. Seller can pay up to 6% of the purchase price towards the buyer's closing costs. There are seller advantages as well. Actually, this is a win-win situation for all parties concerned. It expands the seller's market. Distressed properties are available to the buyers with limited funds. Properties are sold as is. Repairs do not delay closing. And there's no extra cost to the seller. And the seller can be any legal entity. The 203K is for owner-occupants only. Investors are not allowed. What kind of properties are eligible? Well, the minimum loan amount is $5,000. Homes must be 1 year or older. Single-family dwellings or planned unit developments. FHA approved condominiums. Units are allowed up to 4. Units can be increased or decreased while conforming to local zoning laws, which means that you can take a 2 and build it into or change it into a 4 as long as it conforms to local zoning. Manufactured homes built after 1976. Property evaluation. Properties are appraised as improved. Improved value must be supported by comparable sales of similar properties in the area. Then the loan is based on the as improved value. So an example of as improved, we have an actual contract price of $300,000, rehabilitation and loan costs of $50,000. So the property must be appraised at $350,000 and include both the purchase price and the renovation costs. The loan amount is based on the improved value. So you have to take 96.5% of $350,000, which is $337,750, a down payment of 3.5%, and there we have it. What kind of improvements are eligible? Well, virtually any kind of non-luxury improvement is eligible provided it becomes a permanent part of the property and it must add value such as deferred maintenance, room additions, a new roof, handicap accessibility, green energy improvements, kitchen and bath remodels, or major landscape work and site improvement. Also available are non-construction costs such as permit costs, consultant fees, inspection and title update fees, architectural and engineering, contingency reserve. There is a reserve required on these loans in case something goes awry, but the unused reserves are credited to the loan after the completion of the project. You have up to 6 months of mortgage payments included in the loan. In the event that you're not able to move into the property, you won't have to make 2 mortgage payments while you're waiting for the property to be livable. Improvements that are not eligible are luxury items or improvements that do not become a permanent part of the real property. Items below are a few examples: barbecue pits, exterior hot tubs, saunas and spas, outdoor fireplaces, or swimming pools. Let's look at a step-by-step renovation purchase. The first step is identify your support team. There really is no substitution for training and experience. First on the list is the FHA consultant, who is an independent fee inspector who is qualified and approved by FHA. They are required on the full K loan, but not on Streamline, and we'll get into their duties in a moment. Next is your contractor. Hopefully they're a certified 203K contractor or with verifiable 203K experience. It's very important that they be financially able to carry the project to completion, because they will be out of pocket for a portion of the transaction. Next is your real estate professional. My best advice is do not purchase a home without one. Your agent is a member of the multiple listing service, so they can show you every home for sale in the area. They can also provide important information about the area, such as schools and shopping, and guide you through a mountain of paperwork. Your real estate professional will check comparable sales to make sure your completed project is in line with similar homes in the neighborhood. They're your advocate, and they oversee the transaction. Then there's a mortgage expert. When you choose me as your expert, you will make my experience your advantage. My job is to find you the best possible rate and terms and get the loan closed on time. The next step is to locate the home and conduct a preliminary feasibility analysis. And admittedly, this home is slightly beyond repair, but if you look to the back and to the right, you see newer homes, which makes it an ideal candidate for a 203K. Once the home is removed, you'll have the foundation, which is a great place to start. And I imagine when you finish, the neighbors are going to throw you a party. Contractor and buyer consult to identify repairs and upgrades. Determine the value of comparable homes in the area. Total of purchase price plus proposed repairs must remain in line with values of similar homes in the neighborhood. Submit a purchase offer contingent upon buyer's FHA loan approval. Then a home inspection. Buyer's acceptance of any additional improvements required by FHA. Seller can pay up to 6% of buyer's costs. I know I mentioned that once before, but it's worth mentioning again. Once the offer is accepted, the buyer and the contractor, and possibly an architect, prepare a detailed rehabilitation budget and work list. A meeting is then scheduled with an FHA approved consultant. The consultant checks the property and the proposed budget and work list to ensure that FHA guidelines are met. Once the consultant approves the repairs, a work write-up is prepared for the appraiser and lender. The appraiser uses the FHA consultant's work write-up to value the home as repaired. Once the appraisal is completed, the loan closings typically occur within 30 days. Due to the initial analysis and inspections prior to the appraisal, the typical K loan takes 45 to 60 days to complete. Renovation begins after close, and it must begin within 30 days of closing. The project must be completed within 6 months. Up until now, we've been talking about the full 203K, but there's also a Streamline. And the Streamline K is a limited repair program. You can finance up to $35,000 repairs into the mortgage without additional costs of consultants and architects. The effective repair limit is $30,000 due to the reserve requirements and the loan costs. So what repairs are allowed? Uncomplicated improvements that do not require permits or structural changes. The Streamline K does not permit landscaping improvements that are allowed on the full K. K loans are one of the many California residential loans I have available. Also on the list are up to 97% conventional, jumbo financing up to $4 million, FHA including energy efficient mortgages, 99% FHA with a silent second, 100% VA, 100% USDA rural development loans, reverse mortgages for seniors, and financing for credit scores from 580 to 850. Thanks for taking the time to learn about Renovation Mortgages. I hope it was helpful. You can contact me anytime you have a mortgage question at bill@mortgage-mentor.com, or you can go to my website at www.mortgage-mentor.com. Thanks again for attending.